attendance?
Yeah,
Excellent.
yeah.
Just the last year or so, a little too much for me as far as mobility issues. So, but at least I'm still cooking.
There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where is everybody?
They're out having lunch, but they'll
Oh,
they'll be wandering in
yeah.
very soon, I hope.
You know, I was thinking there's 5 of us. There were 5 of us from Hall High in West Hartford that went to Trinity, and 2 are gone. Danny Romanis, and tomorrow's the 2nd anniversary of Rod Madison's passing. And does anybody know about John Simzak? Where is he?
John's in Atlanta.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, and he's had some health issues.
Shocking.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Do you recognize Bob Berdonia here?
I do. Now I do.
Hey, buddy, how are you?
I'm good, Bob. We're good. I was thinking, I think of you often, and you know, living at home in West Hartford, and I carpooled for 4 years with Rod Madison, but I didn't get to meet a lot of people while at Trinity, but I made some very good friends, and Bob's one of them after Trinity. So how are you doing, Bob? How's Carmel?
Doing fine. Elaine and I moved to California, and we've enjoyed that lifestyle. Can you hear?
What?
No.
All right, my wife was just whispering to me. So
Okay.
yeah.
So you
That's
can hear me.
all right.
Okay. You can hear me. Okay.
Yeah, can you hear me?
Okay. How is your son doing?
Interesting. Kind of status quo. He's fully disabled. We have Tom, our oldest son, 58. He's totally disabled. He lives in Yarmouth on the Cape, about 20 miles from us. His mobility, though, is shot, so he's pretty much homebound.
Oh,
He's
wow.
okay mentally, but you know, certainly very depressed. He was in a serious auto accident 2.5 years back, and he hasn't driven since, which is probably a good thing. But you know, we deal with it. He's
Well, please give
mentally alert. Pardon
Yeah.
me?
Please give my regards to Jane. I often think about you, and
Yeah.
um,
Well,
was
we
hap-
do the same. You two certainly have not had an easy path to hoe by any means. So, but Jane?
but there's others who've been there,
Oh yeah. Yeah.
and I appreciated you sharing your experience with me as well.
Yeah. Well, you can't imagine. Let me leave it at that. But thank you, Bob.
By the way, I was sitting next to Pat Robertson,
Okay.
Larry's wife, Larry
Yeah.
Robertson's wife.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah,
Yep.
we were just sitting with her.
Boy, there's a name from the past. Was he West Hartford also?
Yeah, and I
And he was
met.
in the gas station business.
That's right, and I
Yep.
met him and you at those football game reunions, and that's how we got to know each other over the years.
Yeah.
So,
Yep. You did. I remember hearing you say one time many years back that somebody had asked you when you at that reunion when you'd started wearing your hair longer. You said, when I started wearing hearing aids.
That's right.
So yeah.
Yeah.
Jane, I'll let my wife come in and say hello.
Okay.
Looking forward to this. Right. Oh, okay. That's Bob Bedonia.
Hi,
Hi,
Jane. How are you?
I'm good,
Good.
thank you.
Good to
How are
see
you?
I'm fine. I'm fine, thank you. And here's
Yeah.
Tommy Calabrese as well.
Hi,
Hi,
That's Tommy
good to
Calabrese.
see you.
good to see
Yeah.
you too.
Tommy, whenever I see you, we have good friends in Simsbury, and he played against you in football.
Uh-oh.
And he said one year they stopped Calabrese, but the whole rest of Avon ran over him. They still lost big. So Anyways,
Mike Schillenberg is here. Say hi, Mike.
oh, the Reverend.
Yeah, you start talking football and you've got an A1 guy there in Tom Calabrese.
Yeah.
So-
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
We share one memory that's dear to both of us. We were up playing at Colby, and in that game, some Colby guy coach threw the ball, and I intercepted it, but the guy who was supposed to get it was right behind me and started to tackle me. So I threw it at Tom, the football, and Tom took off like a rabbit.
And it was all legal?
It was all, we hope so.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Good.
it's nice to see you on the screen. We've got a good, strong turnout here, and the college looks just wonderful.
Well, I'd love to be there, but hobbling around a bit. I use a hiking stick. And anyways, can't complain. Do
Well,
do
good.
different things than years ago, but don't we all?
I'll pass this around. Next to me is my wife Karen, and next to Karen is Johnny Wardlaw. So
Oh, another football player.
Yeah, Lee, how are you doing?
Okay, how are you, John?
Well, I'm here. That's one thing.
Yep.
I just got my jacket on, my vest, and the rain's just stopped. So the sun's coming back out again.
Yeah, we just had a brief shower.
Yeah.
I just performed a favorite task. I went to the town hall and picked up our beach stickers. So
Oh,
I no longer, you could, deflate your tires and drive out to supposedly one of the country's best beaches, and kind of given that part up, but we still go to the beach and enjoy it. And we've been out here for 21 years on Cape Cod.
well, in North Carolina, they just mailed me the hurricane passes so I can put them in my car. If they have a hurricane,
Yeah.
I can get access back to the island to check the damage.
Yeah.
So hopefully we won't have any hurricanes this year.
Let's hope
There you
so.
go.
Whoop, there they are.
Tom.
Who
Hey,
else is joining by Zoom?
Nobody so far. We thought we'd have a handful, but
I
You're the
thought
only
Carl
one.
signed up.
what?
Carl Lundborg. I thought he signed up.
Who?
Carl
Lundborg.
Lundborg.
No, they're busy at a graduation today.
Aha.
Yeah.
We saw them in early March up in Vermont, had lunch with them. But they're very hunkered down. Karen's immune system is virtually non-existent. So, I mean, it's got to be difficult in the sense they're both very social people and they really keep to themselves because of COVID.
Lee, what town are you in?
Orleans,
Orleans.
basically the elbow. If you think
The
of
elbow,
as
yeah.
an arm,
Yeah.
Chatham's the elbow. We're just one town further up the arm, so to speak.
And you've been there quite a few years, right?
21.
21 years.
Yep.
Yeah.
And as I put in a 10-year update write-up, it's I put it in a top 5 decision as to we've enjoyed it very much. Can't do what we used to, but still love it out here.
And where were you before you moved to the Cape?
Fairfield County, Easton, right next to Fairfield.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
So, well, I'm waiting for you guys to fire it up. Stan Marcus there?
He is.
Yeah.
Yeah. Stan will be up shortly.
Yeah.
You remember Vic Keane?
Yes.
I'll put him on.
I think he just sat down.
Hi, I'm
Hi
glad you
there.
could, I'm glad you could be on. I guess that must mean you're a techie. There's a lot of people that wouldn't be unable to do this.
Well, hardly, but in fact, when I was signed up for it, and then it was supposed to start at noon, and it said the host will let you in shortly, and 10 after 12, quarter after, and I'm putting the blame on myself. I said, "Oh, you screwed up again,
Well-
Lee," but
Well, Lee, tell the truth. Did you get on by yourself or did you have any help?
I did it on my own.
Okay.
Yep.
Well, I think you deserve some kind of an award. I don't know. I guess
I
Tom
doubt
Calabrese
that.
will give you the award. I don't know what it'll be.
I retired 21 years ago, and pretty much my technology skills stopped then. So,
So Lee, where do you live? Where are you right now?
Orleans, Cape Cod,
Where?
Cape Cod.
Oh my God, very cool, very cool. I spent a summer in Hyannis as a bartender.
Oh, really?
And that was, it was kind of something. And the good thing about that job is that I worked at night, so I didn't really have an occasion to spend a lot of money. So I made a little bit and saved about 100% of it.
Yep. Don't know if I know what bar is it still there?
Well, this was a restaurant that was started by a restaurateur from Boston who had the Newberry Steakhouse on Newberry Street, right in the middle of Boston, and he opened this place called the Cape Cod Newberry or something like that. It's been long gone, but it was on
Okay.
the
Yeah.
south end of Hyannis, right where they used to have a summer theater, and that's also gone.
Yeah. Biggest thing we're having out here now, we've become like Nantucket and the Hamptons. Housing is so expensive that it's really a crisis,
Yeah.
getting tradesmen and waitresses, bartenders, landscapers, all of that. In fact, I
still
Go ahead.
remember a funny story, and since my wife is near, I can tell it just like somebody else did. But a girlfriend of mine got a job. I think there was a place called Mildred's or something, and she told
Oh,
me
yeah,
she had these
that's
crummy
long
little
gone.
sneakers, and she was supposed to wear white shoes, so she put flour on the sneakers. And when she walked around, the
Yeah.
sneakers just was like they were snowing upstream. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But anyway, she didn't get fired, at least not for that.
But
Are you there, Lee? Are you there full time or just now?
yeah, we thought when we moved out here, we'd, head south every winter, and we did it. One of the very early years, just for a couple weeks, didn't care for it. The surprise is there's more to do here in the winter than people
Yeah.
think. And we enjoy it. It gets very quiet. January, I think 2 out of every 3 houses are empty.
Right.
But
So do you invite your friends to go stay in those houses?
yeah, rent them out.
Yeah. You know, I think I'm right on the route number. Route 27, isn't that the way to get out there?
28.
Or is it 28? I thought it was
Yeah.
20. In any event, there was a restaurant called 28, if that's what it is, in the neighborhood. And I just mentioned that in my neighborhood in Philadelphia because the last time I was there, Tom Smith was in town, who's here now. And we had dinner with Tom Smith. And I don't think it's his fault or mine that the restaurant closed.
Well, it's a tough business, and some of them are closing. I spoke a moment ago about lack of help, and you see successful restaurants that are limiting their hours and in some cases closing, and it's because they cannot get help.
Nobody
So-
wants to work anymore.
Whoa, geez, for sure. Hey, is that Scott next to you?
Scott,
Hi,
say
Scott.
hello.
How you doing, Lee?
I'm doing well. How are you and Peggy?
Excellent. Excellent.
Yeah.
Peggy's out here somewhere. She'll be in a minute.
Yeah. Jane's yelling hello. This is
Yeah.
another classmate I didn't know during college and got to know him quite well when they'd summer out here on the Cape. And
Yep.
we'd
Yep.
see him at a Trinity reunion once a year on the Cape, and really, like with Bob Bedonia, really developed a friendship.
Yeah, I haven't seen Carl yet. I think he's supposed to be here, Carl Lundberg.
I said earlier, Karen, his wife Karen, her health is okay, is good, reasonably good, but her immune system is so compromised that they really hunker down. I mean, they do
Wow.
almost nothing socially, which is hard on them. They're both very social people.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
Sorry to hear that. I also hear you've cut back somewhat on your gardening.
I wouldn't say, I got to be careful. The chief gardener, AKA my wife, is 8 feet away, but she still works at it, but not like she used to. I do. We both liked it. It's something we, as a friend said a few years back, the older you get, the more often you get out the checkbook. And we've taken that attitude. So
Yeah,
the gardens are still great, but they're
Yeah.
less and less our doing.
yeah. They're beautiful, beautiful gardens.
So
All right, well, who's next?
We have other people back up to be on the call. No, there's nobody else. Just leave.
So nobody else has Zoomed?
Let me say it. While we're waiting for the person you really want to talk to, Lee, and it's not me, it's Stan Marcus, but I'll tell you a story about, and I know Scott and others, everybody knows Jerry Hansen. I think he still is out on the Cape. And now, he has a house out there. And of course he has about, 30 or 40 grandchildren and so on. Great. In any event, he had a party out there for about 25 of us. And we decided to shuck oysters, and I wasn't very good at it. Jerry wasn't very good at it. And we were having let's say there was a lot of gin involved in that thing. And we both really cut the hell out of our hands. And, we kind of felt no pain, but we only shucked about 12 oysters, and we had to turn it over to some other talented people. But I don't know how close you were to Jerry Hansen, but he was a friend of many of us. And,
Well, I certainly know, Matt. The one thing I can think of, I think I have this correct, is years back when Scott and Peggy Reynolds would stay out here in the summer. We were over there for a nice barbecue or what have you, and Jerry was there. I think his wife was still alive, and we ate outside. And welcome to Cape Cod. A seagull flew overhead and shat upon Jerry.
Yeah. Good aim, right?
Yeah, right at the dinner table. So anyways, years ago.
Tom, who is the fellow? John Mason used to have an event out in Cape Cod for Trinity people, and I never got to that. Did you ever get there, Tom? I don't even know where it was, but he had it for many years.
Somebody did on Martha's Vineyard too for a while.
Maybe I didn't get invited. Could that have been? It's hard to believe. Stan, Lee was really wanting to talk to you, Stan. So here you go.
Hey Lee, how are you?
Good. How are you? You're still
Good,
keeping
thanks.
that big
Yeah.
head of hair, huh?
That's what happens when you don't go to the barber shop.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I'm accused of leaving a big
Yeah,
tip.
well-
And I said, well, I only go 4 times a year. So, yeah.
Well, it's
Yeah,
all
no,
my,
In a little known fact category, Stan's mother and my mother both worked together at the old Phoenix Mutual in Hartford.
Lee, where are you now?
Cape Cod, Orleans,
Oh, okay.
the Elbow, one town out past Chatham.
Yep.
So you still in the DC area?
Yep.
Yeah.
Lee, Stan just led us here in the Smith House to a discussion of what have we learned since leaving Trinity. Do you have any words of wisdom in that regard? What have you learned?
I bet they've all been covered. Well, something I put in all capital letters in a 10-year update. And we've just gone through, you know, the college acceptance stuff with our grandson. And I put in the write-up, and I firmly believe it, the biggest decision you make is not where you go to college or even what you do. It's whether you get married, and if you do, to whom you get married. And we'll hit 61 years in August, God willing. And I believe that. That's the principal thing I've probably have learned. It's that's the biggest decision.
Uh-huh.
What were your collective words of wisdom?
Well, mine was the value of friendships
Of course.
and keeping that as a priority and not forgetting old friends.
Yep.
Yeah. It was a good discussion.
Stan, did you moderate or did you comment also?
I moderated and every once in a while made a wise ass remark.
Good.
But there was really quite an array of different thoughts about what people have learned in life.
Yeah.
And it ran a pretty wide gamut from learning to be optimistic, learning to love learning, wanting to learn, accepting events as they occur, and not having negative attitudes towards misfortunes.
Yep.
And the importance of luck in life, and a whole bunch of things like that. It was
A lot of truth to that. I agree with all of that. And
serendipity
life
was
certainly is serendipitous.
right.
We've all experienced it. So, but I said a moment ago, there's a lot to do out here in the Cape. It's a very well-educated area, I'll put it that way. Dominated by retirees. There's too many of us old folks, perhaps, but you know, our library, we're in a little town of 6,000 people, 20,000 right about now. And they do lifetime learning programs and various connections. People bring in excellent outside speakers. And so there's quite a lot to do that people wouldn't be aware of that just come out in the summertime. So. Well, I don't want to be the center of attention here. I thought there'd be a bunch of Zoomers, but to Vic's point, maybe they couldn't figure out how to do it. So, and you said the school looks great, huh?
Lee, Peter Sharon trying to get in the screen with you here.
I see you. How are
I'm
you?
a neighbor to you in Orleans. I'm in Chatham. And
Oh,
I'm
okay.
wondering, not this minute where I'd rather be here, which is a rare moment not to be there.
I'd rather
How
be
you doing
you.
with the
Yep.
bridge? They're
Yeah.
fixing the bridge, right?
The temporary repairs are done for the year. We need 2 new bridges, as you know, and I don't think I'll be around to see it. They missed getting federal money this past year. So there's a year we're behind, and people are arguing over the design. And now we have a new thing, an endangered bat species. So, you know, it could be 10 years before people get together on, can you even do this? So,
Have they decided whether they want a second bridge or not?
oh, it's going to be 2.
There is definitely going to be 2.
Definitely. Yeah.
I hadn't heard that yet. Wow.
Yeah. But they're 80, they're older than, the bridges are older than we are. So I think they're 88, 90 years old. They're past their useful lifespan, that's for sure.
And we have to fix them all over the country, and the airports are on the same list. Very important question to you. You get to see the Cape Log baseball games.
Interesting. We've been here 21 years. I went to more games when we used to just vacation out here for 2 weeks in August than I go to now. It's just the way it's worked out, but it's, it is the preeminent amateur baseball league. You'd be surprised how many of the major leaguers came up through the Cape League.
It's a lot of fun to watch. I think of it as
Oh, yeah.
1930s baseball, the
Yeah.
environment, the family. I had a little leaguer that was invited and went for the Red Sox in the middle of the season, signed for them.
Really?
Yep, yep.
Yep.
It's very, very good. I won't take any more time. Whether you may be ready to go have your own lunch, but I'm going to hand the mic back. Good to see you, and maybe we'll see you down in the Cape Cod area.
Good to see you too. Yeah, I'm not totally homebound, but the days of kayaking and biking have had their day with me, put it that way. So still enjoy every day.
Well, Lee, you get the award for the first and only Zoom participant in the 60th reunion.
Yeah.
There will be other sessions. Are you aware of that?
Oh yeah, no, I've got the list. Yep.
Okay, so we hope to see you on some other Zooms.
Yep. I'm interested in the sports one, particularly I'm a huge Red Sox fan. So Sam Kennedy, I would be interested. And I'll have to bite my tongue as far as what I'd really like to ask him as to how poor the team is. But
Okay,
anyways, good to see you guys.
good to see you, and we'll see you on another Zoom later
We
on.
will.
All right.
Thanks, Tom, and all of you for organizing this, and good health. Take care, guys.
Take care.
Bye.
All righty. Bye-bye.